We've been running this banter since way back in school, where the dorm room debates turn to cool in the rules. Talking loud about the world like we're changing the game, but it's just us two, yeah. Two sides of the same. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the world to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. When the convo's done and the bottle runs dry, we'll toast to the clash, to the lows and the highs. Two voices, one friendship, no need to compare. So come as you are and pull up a chair.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Turl. You ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yep, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts podcast, Temptation Island, season 2, episode, actually recaps of episodes 1 through 3.
Yes.
Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
Shout out to everybody checking in early. You got MWA, what's up, fellas? Nisha Joy, and Robin's Dogs checking in. And, MWA has a question. So, fellas, I say this recognizing that I have agency to choose to watch or not, but watching because I'm part of the regulars, so I have to ask, how did this show get chosen? Before you answer, it goes on more. Says, I love your recaps, but this show is trash.
Yes. And who was it that chose this show, sir?
Oh, yeah, I did. This is punishment for you, sir. It's all good.
Punishment for me?
I'm still paying you back for the Black Bachelor.
From like 2021?
Yes.
Oh, please.
Yes.
You can't hold me to that this long. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
And the thing about this show, right? The concept is wild. In the sense of Temptation Island, right? Mm-hmm. You are in a relationship, you're having problems, and you decide to go to a place where you're both supposed to be tempted, living separately. Concept of the show, your thoughts.
The concept of the show is stupid. So here's what I mean by it's stupid. If you have to go on a show to find out if you get tempted, if you're going to cheat or not, to make your relationship better, it's not. And then if you look at the cast, these are all young people in their 20s. So when I saw that, that's when I realized, okay, this is going to be dumb. This is going to be a bunch of young kids.
But that's okay. What you just said is exactly how you have to watch the show. Yeah. You can't go into it with your grown ass mind thinking there are going to be some intellectual decisions being made here, okay? You cannot go into it thinking that. You've got to understand where you are. Like CXM says, I actually like the show. It's better than I thought. Because you know why? You went in with no expectations. And when you're going with no expectations, you got to understand that you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's why you always tell them I'm good for 60 seconds. Because if you go for 6 minutes, like, damn.
Yeah.
That was long.
Well, I will say after watching this show, I wish that I had one of those like Men in Black flashy things that I could get the girls together and be like, hey, y'all ladies, get in for a second, and hit them with the flash, be like, shh, you're better than this, you deserve better than this, and don't date guys like this, move on, you can do better. I wish I could just Men in Black flashy them, because I felt bad for them all. But it's interesting to see who invited who onto the show, because in some cases it's the guys invited them, but there are also some cases the women invited the guys to do the show. So it's just crazy.
It is. It is wild. Even though Monica says, hey, everyone, I would never do this. It's crazy. Yes. Now, will I watch it? Yes. Would I do it? No. Because if you have to go on Temptation Island, you already know the answer. And now, I've seen a lot of different seasons of this, because it used to be on USA Network. So I've watched this over the years. And it's, matter of fact, what is the name of that podcast again out of Atlanta? And she was on there at one point as well. But I forgot her name. God, just because I'm thinking of it now, I've completely drew a blank. But it went to Netflix last season, right? And CXM, who just watched it and said, hey, it wasn't as bad as I thought, said, I need to go back and watch season 1. And I will say season 1, definitely Netflix said, we're on Netflix. Let's up the ante. They had cameras in places that I thought the bathroom was a sacred place. And
Yeah.
apparently they must have gotten some complaints because there were no bathroom scenes in this one. But in season 1, there were threesomes and bathroom scenes. And I'm like, how? I thought that was the sacred place. A camera while I take a... Okay, you know? Yeah.
And in season 1, the guy that had the threesome, his girl still wanted him after.
Man, everybody wanted to shake some sense into her. So bad. Everybody else was more mad at him than she was. And that's the problem, right? Robin's dog says, never felt compelled to watch the show, but thought I'd enjoy it enough because I love your recaps. Well, thank you for coming along this journey with us. You did watch season 1, didn't you, Toe?
No.
Okay, so how
I
did you
did.
know
I
that?
just know
How
that
did you know
because there was a whole lot of chatter on social media, and I had to look to figure out what happened.
Go ahead and tell
And that's
your lies.
when there's a whole lot of chatter on social media on it. So I had to look up and see what had happened, and then I realized there was this threesome in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That happened, and at the end of it, she still chose him.
Yeah.
To be with him. So
You-
it is what it is, and I think that's the other thing for
Yes.
if you look at our demographic of people that watch us, they're not the young 20s group.
Right.
So it's hard for us. So I agree with you. Don't use our grown minds and all the wisdom that we have. Just watch it for what it is and make fun of it along with us.
I just want to
Just do
say,
that.
if there were people our age doing this show, the shenanigans, as we've seen on some of these other shows, is oh, well, older daters, they'll be a little bit more mature. It'll be the same stuff. So let's not act like it wouldn't be. And any surprise that your frat, Sean, was like watching this too, because season 1 was wild.
Wow. Frat, you watched season 1?
You know he did.
Hold on.
Like this.
Sean, what do you not watch? Sean, what do you not watch? Because my man is on game on every single show that's out there.
Oh my God. Well, look, let's get into it, man, because there's a lot to cover in these first 3 episodes, right? We get to meet the couples. I was going to say singles, but no, they're couples first. And first one, we really get to see Cheyenne and Jack, who've been together for 5 years, but been hooking up since high school.
Yeah.
Seems like they just got out of high school, but what else did you learn about this couple right here?
So now I was curious if Jack is her first everything.
Right.
Because maybe that would help explain some stuff if he was her first. But also made me think I wasn't having sex in high school, so I feel like I'm behind these young folks today. But Jack cheated 3 years ago, so they've 5 years, 3 years in, he cheats, and that's where they've been having some of these issues. Jack wants to bring her onto the show to show that it's all good now. Look, I'm good. I have all this temptation around me. I'm not going to do anything.
Which, of course, that's going to work every time.
Right. 100%. 100%.
Well, she did say that he was her very first love, right? Now, the thing is, 3 years ago, Jack was unfaithful, shattered her. There's so much more to get into this with them. He's changed a lot, and he's there to prove his loyalty, so everything's good.
Yeah, it's all good now.
Next couple up would be Kaylee and Summit. Now, it's crazy with this couple because it feels like when he starts off saying it's crazy how quickly they said, I love you, that, wait a minute, why is that so crazy? Or maybe that's just me.
Well, no, the crazy part is as much flack as black people get for what we name our children, Summit. I've never heard that. Summit.
Okay, you talk about that. Let's talk about phonetically spelling. Cheyenne. She didn't seem shy to me, but the only Cheyennes I've ever known was Cheyenenne. So I don't hear nobody talking about black folks and the spelling of names when I see Shy and here.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Summit.
Back to Summit.
So Summit has commitment issues. And he's only been, this is his second relationship.
Yeah.
He always thought he'd be this player, whatever. And so it was his idea to bring Kaylee on the show.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea, though? You've got commitment issues, and you're going to bring her around guys who are like, no, I want to commit to you?
But it's his problem. Why are you bringing her on the show to work out your issue? She doesn't have commitment issues. You do.
Well, okay. Is it safer that he brought her and not the other way around? Because if it was the other way around, I think it would have been a bigger problem, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly so.
And by the way, CXM agrees with you. That name Summit is different. Yeah,
It is.
very different. Now, he said this is also his only second serious relationship, right? But he talked
Right.
about becoming a shitty boyfriend rather than breaking up with her.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah. He said he felt the relationship happened too quickly. So they got together really fast, and he was too much of a wimp to break up with her. So he just became a shitty boyfriend to her.
Right.
Which, again, that Men in Black flashy thing. I want to go, hey, Kaylee, look at this. If someone is being a shitty boyfriend, get out of the relationship.
Really easy.
I get if somebody's not perfect or you got some opportunity here and there, but he is straight up being, he even said it, a shitty boyfriend.
Yeah.
Why would you stay?
Oh, and what is, yeah, okay. You know, people stay because it's comfortable, but it can't be that damn comfortable after a year.
It's only been a year and a half. It's been a year and a half. How comfortable are you in a year and a half?
Can't be that damn. And I always just tell people, don't stay because it's comfortable, because it gets uncomfortable really fast too. Or because, I'm afraid to be alone. Don't do that. That's the worst thing to do. Sydney and Mikey, these two right here. I know you have big issues with this, but we'll get to that later. The biggest issue is obviously trust. And it seems to me an even bigger issue, because they tell us the biggest issue is trust. But to me, the biggest issue is Mikey being stuck in the past and thinking that he's a player from the Himalayas.
Yeah. So Mikey likes to brag that he was a player and a hoe in college. His words. He keeps calling himself a hoe in college. Like that's some type of flex.
Right.
Like what girl is impressed? Oh, you was hoeing in college? Oh, tell me more about that. That doesn't impress anybody. And Sydney wants him to show that he can prove he's the man that he says he is.
Right.
Now, Mikey, during his hoe phases, him and Sydney started dating in college.
Yeah.
Sydney says in college, he kept hearing rumors that he had cheated and doing this, and he's in a pool with this girl and doing all this other stuff. So my thought is, Sydney, why did you date him after college? If you heard all this stuff about him, what made you want to date this guy after college? But he's here to prove to her that his player days are gone. And unfortunately, this dude is an alpha. Sean, I don't know if you saw that. That's what we're getting hoes here, because what? Age of attraction. We have Jorge, who's an alpha. Now we got this guy who's an alpha. Man, can we get some good brothers?
Apparently, y'all don't have many, or any. Dime Diva says Mikey big hip self just irks me. I'm glad somebody said it first, because there were many scenes he sat down and you're just like, think. You never want to say about a man, but god damn.
Hey.
But that's your friend, so I'm gonna leave him alone for now.
Yeah.
He does enough damage to himself on this entire season, which we'll get to, because there's a lot to get to. Scarlett and Cole, our final couple, they're the couple that some people would hate to be around.
Yeah, because they do everything together. If we're running together, we're doing this together. And if we don't run together, we're going to wind up passing each other on the same running route. Stop it. You're cute. Stop it. I get
Then
it.
why are you here?
Yeah, if everything's so great. Well, apparently, 2 weeks in of meeting, I think a week later they go on vacation, then 2 weeks later they're in a relationship. The issue is Cole likes to lie. And Scarlett said that from the beginning there was a lot of dishonesty, and Cole would lie when she had asked him if he was seeing other people or if he hooked up with someone else. And I like how Mark Wahlberg jumps in and says, well, hold on, that's fine, because that's just boundaries, Cole.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. And then Cole's like, well, no, she would ask me, like, did I hook up with someone last night? And I would say no when I really did. And Mark's like, oh, well, that's dishonest. Well, thanks for that definition, Mark. Appreciate that. We needed the clarity.
Yeah, but to his point, had he just said that, and this is the difference between when we were their ages and even younger and them now. because I remember somebody saying something about who we were dating around that time. Like, wait, until it's you and me, you can't say nothing about what I'm doing, which is what he should have told her. If you're not going to be serious with me and commit to me, you have no questions about what I'm doing.
Right.
That only comes when there's commitment. Now, you can choose to tell, but don't, when you lie, now you put yourself in a bind, right? Because now she's not going to believe anything.
Not quite. I think I hear what you're saying there. I disagree with part of it.
Okay, I'm sure. Of course you do.
If you were dating, yeah, asking me did you hook up with somebody last night? It's really not your business because we're not together. Mm-hmm. But if we are sleeping together, it is important. And just answer the question. Yes, I did. I was safe with it.
That part.
But I did. But just be honest. You don't have to say who. You don't have to give details. But at least
now
say,
Yes. Hold up now. You say yes, there's more questions coming.
Well, stand on business. If y'all aren't together, you bring that back up. Hey, we are not committed, right? Mm-hmm. Like we never said we'd be exclusive. So what's the problem?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all both never said you're exclusive, then I don't see an issue. But I do see an issue. If you're gonna sleep with other people, you should at least be honest about that.
And say that, yeah, no, facts. By the way, Monica says, you think Mikey's an alpha? I thought he was simple.
Wow.
Actually, I think he's a beta, but that's a different story. We'll get to that. And yes, James, don't you dare, James, talking about I pegged him as a kappa. Don't you do that. Don't
Pause.
Even. I know, right? Jesus. Those are alpha words. James must be an alpha. James must be an alpha saying some stuff like that. Sean wants to know. I want to know where's this island located? Hawaii. Yeah, that one's easy. It's spelled in Hawaii. That's easy. Yeah.
Detroit. Sorry, Sean. I just had to mess with you.
They got the chance to meet the singles, and probably my least favorite part of this is everybody has to come up with their corny one-liners. Anything stood out to you?
I thought it was the guys' one-liners. I thought were good, especially the guys that would point at the dude and be like, "Yeah, you messed up bringing her here."
Yes,
I thought that was hilarious.
That was the best one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's 12 ladies for the 4 guys, 12 guys for the 4 ladies.
Yep.
And did you see the breakdown of like for the guys? I think it was Mikey and Summit each got 5 bracelets. In other words, people were into them, and then Cole and Jack only got 1.
Which is wild.
It is, especially as we watch more. It's wild.
That's why what did it say? Never judge a book by its cover. You can't judge the show by the first couple of minutes, right?
Right.
So let's dive further in. I noticed something here when they were saying goodbye, because okay, we're gonna go separate villas. Now they're gonna put the guys in the villa with the 12 single women and the girls in the villa with the 12 single men. Say your goodbyes next time you see each other, and see, I knew it. James is an alpha. I knew it. Speaking like that, I knew it. Now, I don't know if you saw this, and maybe I'm the only one, but Cheyenne and Jack, they never kissed. I mean, Jack kissed her on the forehead, and they hugged.
Right.
But in their goodbyes, that's it.
Yeah. Well, you know what the forehead kiss means.
Yeah. That's according to, what was that, The Best Man?
It means it's over. Like we're not.
Oh no, that's not what that meant in that movie.
No, I think that's what a forehead kiss means to me. Unless like you're sick with the flu and I don't want to kiss your lips because you're gonna put all that COVID in my mouth. No, but but you kiss on the forehead, yeah, it's not a good look. But I do feel you, because along with the shows that we normally do, we always feel like there's some maybe actors, actresses, imposters, if you will. And I always wonder, with these youngsters, is it real?
Okay. Sydney and Mikey, they also never kissed.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody wants young Luther anyway.
Now, Cole and Summit, they kiss their women. They kiss Scarlett and Kaylee, and they were just like, so there's that. Just an interesting observation, right?
Yeah.
But we get to the men's villa, and Mikey is having a conversation with India. And I just get this feeling like he's just constantly trying to show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's really trying to like make himself seem like a big deal. And all his friends are girls.
All my friends
Yeah.
are girls.
Yeah.
Temptation is part of everyday life.
It's just what happens to me if you'd have knew me in college. Woo! I was knocking him down. Yeah, Mikey's a bit of a mess here, but I love how India peeps it really quick. That he's giving homeboy. Hold on. She said homeboy, homegirl. Bye. Now I don't mind if someone says I give off homeboy vibes because we're just friends. But don't tell me I give off homegirl vibes at the same time. So yeah. Little Luther, maybe young Freddie Jackson. I don't know. I'm gonna keep messing with this dude.
Maybe it told you what it told me, and what it told me is that India has already friend zoned him, but she's determined to keep her camera time.
Of course.
Okay. Making sure I wasn't the only one that saw that, because now Mikey is out here talking about the big three, right? Which is India, Jasenia, and Christelle, aka the three amigos.
Yeah, the three amigos. Mikey, I don't know if you know Espanol.
Apparently not.
Amigos are males. If you go to the bathroom at a Mexican food restaurant and it says amigos and amigas with an A, which bathroom do you think Jasenia, India, and Christelle are going to go in?
Hopefully not amigos.
Hopefully it's not the amigos.
That was bad. It was totally bad, and it gets called out a little bit later. But Jack is having conversations with Carter. It seems like these two have immediate chemistry, right?
I think they're just vibing on being young. Jack says that he likes the nightlife. He says, I don't want to grow up, which we've heard people say that.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah, he likes going out. He likes the nightlife. She's a bartender, so she's about that nightlife too. So I think they're vibing off that. There's no like real responsibility or things they're talking about future state. It's just we like to have fun. We're both hot. Yeah.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
So no red flag. It's just young flag.
Right.
Okay. You get to the women's villa, and Sydney is having a great conversation with Xavier. Tell you, the spelling on this show, man.
I've never seen Xavier spelled that way.
Neither have I, but that's called spelling out every syllable.
Yeah.
Xavier. My bad, brother. It's the only bad thing we can say about you so far. But go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So they're kind of from the same general area of Charlotte. And they're starting to vibe pretty well. I think there's an immediate attraction, obviously, on both sides.
Yeah.
Now my question is Xavier really interested in Sydney? Or is he one of the dudes that's on here just to try to tempt some people and get them to cheat?
I could see that. But okay, think of all the similarities. Now and I can see why you may think that, because it's what a coinkydink.
Yeah.
That all these things line up, right? Sydney's from Charlotte. He's on the outskirts in Harrisburg. Harrisburg, that's where my grandmother is. Oh, guess what? I'm an esthetician. Oh, me? Oh, I cut hair. Like, we got everything in common.
They do. Good for them. They got some good stuff in common, but we shall see. Again, that's the thing about the show, the concept. The 12 people that are tempting the other folks, are they really interested?
Yeah.
Or are they not? Because if I had to go on this show and I was one of the tempters and I talk you out of leaving your man to come date me, I'm definitely not staying.
Yeah. After I succeed, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you think about this, because Sydney said that her and Mikey set boundaries, but she knows that he's a flirt, so he's probably doing something to piss her off.
Probably, but you're guessing. You have no idea. You're speculating that he's doing something.
No, very true. By the way, Dime Diva says, I like Xavier over Mikey. I mean, the name Mikey is even childish. Damn.
Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
Apparently, he likes all of it.
Yeah, he likes all of it.
Would it have been better had he come on as Michael?
He would have came across a bit more mature, but as we watch, I don't think it would have helped.
No, it wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
Now, it's time to pick dates, right? Remember, they're going on these group dates first. Everybody is out there. And here's the interesting thing. They get to pick these dates in front of their significant others.
Right.
What stood out to you in this one as they start picking these folks?
I mean, it's almost like the intent is to try to make your partner jealous by going after what you pick. Because your partner knows the kind of women you're into or what you'd be attracted to.
Right.
But I think they just kind of blew this up a little bit bigger than what it needed to be. You know, you're just picking somebody. Okay, big deal. But they were trying to see, because you see how the camera's going on them to see who's going to get jealous.
Right.
Who's going to show some type of
course.
facial expression or emotion. And how do we play that up?
Because Cheyenne picked Braden, who says immediately he thinks Jack looks like a little boy and I'm a man. So that's the last we heard from Braden. Not much of a man there, all right then, buddy. So then Sydney, was there any surprise as to who she was going to pick?
Of course not. She was Xavier all the way.
What'd you think of Mikey saying, I'm happy for her, hope to have a good time?
Nobody hopes that. Nobody hopes my girl goes out with someone else and has a good time. Nobody hopes that.
I mean, I was hoping he would stub his toe on the way over here. I hope he falls down the hill on the way out.
Yeah.
You know, something that's real. You can tell he's trying to be this cool, tough guy. You're not that. Don't do it. Scarlett picks Bradley, and Kelly chooses Peter, who thinks he's emotionally intelligent and attentive.
Of course. Of course he does. He's awesome, right?
What about the guys?
Did anybody notice that Bradley, the one Scarlett picked, let me know if you thought he looked like Benson Boone.
Who?
To me, he looked like Benson Boone.
Who?
The guy who sings Beautiful Things.
Does anybody know that song?
Yeah, people know that song. It's popular. It's a popular song. But dude looks like Benson Boone. But go ahead.
Okay. I don't know that one. Now you're going to make me look it up after, though. I'm definitely going to. The guys get to pick their dates. Jack, any surprises to who he picks?
No, we knew he was going to pick Carter.
Of course, obviously.
Yeah.
Then Mikey picks
his friend.
Yeah.
His homegirl.
Someone who's completely out of his league.
Yeah.
India. But okay. Here's where it's bad. And this is how I really doubt his whole phase. Or I think the whole phase must have come after he got the tattoo. After he crossed, because how are you gonna say, oh, India feels like a best friend? You're friend zoning yourself already.
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe his whole phase was like two people. And he was with two people in college and just thought he was a player. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Could be.
It's interesting, though, when he mentioned the whole Three Amigos thing, how Sydney corrected him and was like, it's Three Amigos. It should actually be Amigas, which is the thing that we talked about. But she made sure she told that to, she wasn't impressed with him. He tried to, again, the player vibe he's trying to give. Cole picks Tiffany, Summit picks Julianne. Even though Kaylee says that Julianne is not Summit's typical type.
Well, because she's blonde?
Yeah.
Is that why?
No, because she doesn't look like her. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? That's the school teacher, right? Julianne?
Yeah. Now, before they go on these group dates, we know now everybody, they're going on group dates, not all together, but the guys and their dates, the girls and their dates, they're going on group dates. And before the group dates, we get a glimpse into the rest of the season.
We're going to see that a lot. The crying Mikey.
Emotional. Why?
The crying Mikey face. Because that's what players do. That's what players do.
What did you think of the group dates?
I thought the group dates were decent. I thought there were some good interactions, with Sydney and Xavier. Sydney's complaining about how Mikey's acting, and Xavier says that it's showing how he's immature.
Right.
But also, I think Xavier just exudes this maturity that Mikey doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Sydney is attracted to.
And Xavier peeped the immaturity that he had at the date selection, right? It's like, you know, when you do that, you're not showing up somebody else. You're showing that you're the kid, and all Xavier has to do is not feed into that. Now he comes off that much more mature.
Yeah.
Now he is, but still, it's easy to come off that way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Cheyenne on that same catamaran had a lot to say about Jack.
Yeah. Jack's cheap, apparently. Yeah, Jack doesn't like to break bread because he's money's not that important to him.
Yeah.
And she's only been with Jack the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's only been him, right?
Only been him.
That everything else that really happened, it felt like a lot of filler stuff on this first date. Not a lot to get into, right? They're back at the villas. Anything that stood out from the women's villa or the Temptation Tiki night at the men's villa?
Let's see. Cheyenne said that Jack is a nice guy who makes bad decisions. Okay.
Yeah.
And she said if he hooks up with someone, she's going to beat him up and that bitch. Cheyenne don't look like she got that dog in her.
She does not. She does not.
Yeah. That's not her speed.
She's talking a good game because there's nobody there. I think Carter would whoop her ass if it came down to it.
Ain't beating up anybody.
Carter got a little dog in her.
She ain't beating up anybody.
Now, interesting things that as the rain comes, the two houses react differently.
Mm-hmm.
The women's house, like, oh, it's raining. Everybody inside. The men's villa, they're like, slip and slide, let's go. Fun thing to do.
I mean, slip and slide is always fun. You know, I was looking at that going, oh man, my knees would not love me doing that. But I guess it's a lot of temptation because you're going to be in your bathing suits.
Mm-hmm.
So it increases the level of temptation. So I can see that.
Yeah, indeed. You know, it seemed like good, innocent, playful fun, which we know if you've seen the show before, there's a bonfire where clips are being shown. You can imagine something's going to come out of this. People are not going to be happy, right? The next day, we see Sydney and Xavier chilling outside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my bad. It's Sydney, it's Xavier, and his guitar.
Well, the dude is serenading her, which who doesn't like that?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ladies like musicians, and so good for him. Showing that was a smooth move.
So much so, you saw the way she was looking at him. She was biting her lip, and the look she had in her eyes. Oh yeah, she's gone. She's done. She even says, "There has to be something wrong with you." When a woman says that to you, all you got to do is no mess up. Prove her wrong.
Not really, because I get that all the time. I've never been married, don't have any kids. There must be
Well,
something
then
wrong
they
with
find
me.
out that what's wrong with you.
And I fumbled the bag. I have fumbled the bag a few times in my life. Yeah. So what? Up top.
They found out. That's all.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're on a coffee date. Next time we see them, and Sydney does say that she appreciates the fact that Xavier hasn't put Mikey in a bad light. He hasn't talked bad about Mikey at all. He could, but he hasn't.
Right, but that's smart. Because why? Why? I mean, they're on the show for a reason. So there's no point to, crap on Mikey. They're here. Focus on trying to get Sydney's attention and get her mind off of Mikey. So smart move by Xavier's part.
Now, Sydney tells us this whole story about college, right? And it's about Mikey choosing his ex over her. She gave him an ultimatum, me or her. And he chose her, the ex. How did Sydney end up with this man again?
Lack of accountability. That's how. It's not her fault. It's Mikey's fault. Yeah, that's what bothers me about Sydney in her situation. You chose to be here through all this.
This is why I
I
can't
don't
feel sorry for
you.
her.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you dating a scrub. You chose it. And he's told you. He showed you who he was. People told you who he was. He again told you himself, yeah, I'm gonna choose the X. And whatever reason, Sydney has to Sean's point, that low self-esteem. And what is with this jewel on her tooth thing? When did people start doing that?
Oh yeah, that's
Is that
after
a thing?
that's after we got out that age range.
Okay, I just never seen that before. And I thought maybe she had like a little bit of a crown or
No, because she'll put two on. Because you'll see it sometimes you won't, but you see it back hair, and then she'll have one in the front sometimes. It all depends.
Right.
Like based on the angle, whichever day she decides to do it, you'll see it. Like I've noticed it on both the two back ones, and then also one on the front.
Yeah, why? That would be
It's
that's
like
a hard
having a
no
grill.
for me.
You're from Texas. You know about the grill.
Yeah, don't date girls with grills either. So. No. That'd be a hard pass. You smile at me, a little bling. No.
My wife was like, I need to get a grill. I'm like, no, you don't.
No.
Then we get to see. I like this too, Robin. I do agree. I wish Sydney would own her power because she definitely didn't. And she went back to him. She even said to herself. She even said, if he hadn't broken up with, if the girl hadn't left him, he wouldn't have come back to her. To me, that was sad.
It is sad. He told you were number two and showed you were number two, and you still took him back.
It's sad, but I still can't feel sorry for you because you went back.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on the other side, we do see Mikey and the three amigas. Shall we just correct him and
Yeah. Let's call them the amigas. Let's do it right.
Let's do it right. All right. So Mikey and the three amigas. Now he's acting tough with the women, saying he doesn't give a damn if Sydney connects with one of the guys. But like us, those women don't believe him.
No, because he keeps talking about it too much.
Right.
He keeps talking about Sydney too much. So they already know that they don't have a shot to try to convince him because all he talks about is her. But then he says he could see himself falling for one of them.
Right.
Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah, you can fall for one of them.
You can fall for one of them. They don't want no parts of Mikey.
Well, the guy's house is definitely a lot more. The men's villa definitely a lot more spicy because they decided to play this game called Sexy Spicy Secrets. And now you've got to guess who wrote it. Two of them that we saw that came from Summit, which could have put him in a bad light with his woman, right? Because he talked about the best ass in the house belongs to Jasenia, and the best lips in the house belong to Julianne.
Both have some nice attributes. I see where he's going.
Wait a minute, but how you gonna pick Julianne's lips over the sister's lips when Julianne did stuff to get her lips to look like the sister's lips?
Well, but he doesn't like coffee in his cream. That's why.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, he doesn't like coffee in his cream. Totally fine.
Oh, look.
Totally fine.
White men love flat butts for years. As soon as J-Lo came out, oh, a booty, a shape. And like, wait a minute. Sister's been having this. All of a sudden, oh, Kim K got an ass. No, she doesn't. She bought that.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Summit does that. I thought this game was really stupid, by the way.
Was.
Did you notice how Cole seems to be walking the straight and narrow? Like he seems like he's distancing himself.
Yes.
From anything to make him get too close.
Smart man.
To the women. Right. Very smart.
Yeah, keep yourself out of trouble because you know what? His woman would never forget. Kennedy, the only time we really get to see her is when she says in her note that Summit has BDE.
Yeah, and that made his head so big, didn't it? He's just, wow. I don't know what I'm doing that gives off that I have BDE. It's just...
How would you react in that sense, sir?
If someone said that about me?
Yeah. In a group like that.
In a group setting? I don't know. I'd probably just play it off. Be like, oh, really? Oh, thank you. That's nice. And just leave it at that. I'm not going to get... Because you act all like this is the first time you've ever heard it. Well, then to me, that's not a good look on you. Just act like, oh yeah, I get that. Sometimes I see where you're coming from. Appreciate that, and just move on.
Yeah, same thing my girl says. Okay. Now Jack decided to turn the heat all the way up, and Jack is wild because as they read it, you already knew who. He put Carter's name in it, so everybody knew who it was. It's like, your piece probably tastes like candy. I'm like, it's a wild line, boy. That's a wild line.
It's a wild line, but we've all been there.
I would say, which man hasn't thought that at some point or another, though?
Somebody walking by and be like, candy. Yeah. He might think she just looked that fine that she tastes delicious. Hope he's not disappointed. Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, what kind of candy? Candy corn. No, you don't want tastes like candy corn. Tastes like Peeps. We just got out of Easter. Oh, you taste like Peeps.
Oh my God. Mikey said, somebody better stop giving me that look. I'm trying to be a changed man. Now,
talking to the camera crew. The ladies looking at him like that.
I'll tell you what, though. The men's villa, definitely a lot more exciting than the women's villa because they had the soulless train line with all that dancing. Then they played a game of Never Have I Ever, and I don't ever remember a question or answer that came out of that game.
No. Because I think they started to play it, and that's when Cheyenne broke down crying.
Yeah.
And walks away because she's thinking about Jack, and I can't pretend that she's having a good time anymore. I can't pretend that because she's not having fun. Right. She wished she went home.
So Sydney goes to check on her. Then it's that night ends, right? The next day we get the sad day. Cheyenne's still sad, but Scarlett's also in her feels. What's she going on about?
So Scarlett breaks down because she's thinking about Cole and wondering if they can get to the point where they need to be at in their relationship. So all the things that's been bothering her, that's what she's thinking about, which I find interesting. You're on this show, to kind of see if y'all are meant to be together, meant to be other people. You're around all these other people, and you're choosing to sit over here and cry, think about your person.
Right.
Why not just go all into the experience and focus on those 12 guys
and mess up your relationship? Go ahead. But
you already did. You're on the show.
To be fair, Cole's doing the kind of similar thing over in the men's villa, right?
Yeah, because he's sitting there talking to Mikey about how much he missed Scarlett. And he says his mistakes are the past, and all he can do is be honest and tell the truth going forward. Mm-hmm. But him and Mikey were having that little pity party together.
Right. Well, speaking of Mikey, before it's time for the bonfire, Mikey is having a conversation with India. And India asks Mikey, hey, are you attracted to any of the women in the house? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, you need to stop that goofy shit then. And stop treating the women like the homies. I don't know about you. But anytime I've heard a woman tell a man, stop the goofy shit.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happening.
No. There's no girl like I told him stop the goofy shit. And then 2 weeks later, we started dating. No. When she called you goofy, you were goofy going forward. Period. You're a Disney character for the rest of your life in this woman's eyes. Even you're 6 years old. Hilk.
However, that is not what Mikey saw. He was like, well, I guess it's time for me to shoot my shot.
Yeah, no, man, it's too late. And I've learned that. I've been in a situation where I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting friend zoned. Now let me shoot my shot. It's too late. Once you feel friend zoned, you are. Just go ahead and exit stage left with your dignity.
Like, girl, who you going out with this weekend? What's his name? I'll do a background check for you. Let me help you out. Tell me what he says. I'll tell you if it's a line or not. We get to the bonfire, right? And for those who have not seen the show yet, the bonfire, basically, the women sit on this platform. They sit there, and then Mark Wahlberg, not that one, he actually sits there and has the screen. The contraption is actually pretty dope because it's got two screens in it. One to face the couple singles and one to face Mark. So they're seeing the same thing. And they show these clips. And it's very important that we say this with no context. And the clips that they show they tell them this ahead of time. And this is the thing, I for all the times I've seen this show, right, on USA and now on Netflix, no one ever goes, well, I need to know what else happened. No one has ever done a Terrell and said, I need to see the rest of the tape.
I need to see the whole tape.
Yes.
See the whole tape.
Even though they tell you this is without context. Keeping that in mind, Cheyenne gets called to the table first. So she gets to see the clips first. And of course, you know which one's going to come up. The candy clip, right?
Of course. Where Jack says he thinks that girl's kitty cat tastes like candy. And then Carter tells him she's there for him, and no matter what he decides. Then she sees them in the water, swimming together. And there's no context to it. That's all you really see. To me, that could all be very innocent.
Yeah.
You're making a huge assumption. So Cheyenne gets mad and seems he's having a great time and she's not having any fun and blah, 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 blah.
Okay. I know she tried to drop the WWTs, but did you notice that they weren't flowing and was after about 15, 20, 35, 45 minutes, just a little swell came up in one eye? And that was it?
Yeah. I think so, because I really, this is the couple I don't believe are really together. This is one couple I don't believe are really together. We'll talk more about them as we get into episodes 3 and we get into the other episodes, but
yeah,
I'm not buying it.
So Scarlett's next, and the video she sees is Cole being sad and saying all he does is apologize and take the blame.
He says he brings so many good qualities to the relationship, which that's a red flag right there. People, do you know how awesome I am and what I bring to the table? And doesn't know how much more honest and transparent he can be, which is crazy because you admitted at the beginning that you weren't honest and transparent.
Right.
So when did all of you sudden go full on honest and transparent? I don't know.
Yeah.
But he says that she has work to do to get past his lies. It's her work.
Yeah.
Not his.
Yeah. That didn't play well when it came time for Scarlett to speak with Mark, because she was not buying that at all. She was pretty much over it.
Yeah, says she doesn't think he hears her when she says that she may walk away because he doesn't realize it. And I like how Mark encourages her to understand what she's not getting and what she gets to have by exploring these other 12 guys.
Yeah.
Mark's a pimp.
No,
there's options. Right.
I'm always questioning what Mark's intention is, right? And Mark is a Hollywood guy anyway, because if you go down his resume, he's been doing TV since 91. He's
doing what though? I was curious. Like, I didn't know this guy's background.
He hosted a bunch of different shows. He even had his own talk show, the Mark Wahlberg Show. But he hosted different shows. Oh my God, I had the whole rundown of it earlier too.
But no relation to the other Wahlbergs.
No, no relation to him. So Mark has done. Let me see here. He did Russian Roulette, The Moment of Truth, and Antiques Roadshow. None of which I watched, but.
Okay.
He did Friend or Foe, Undercover, The Big Date, Shop Till You Drop. Again, I haven't seen any of these, but he's obviously done a lot of these shows. Make Me a Millionaire, Destination, Market Warriors. He's done a lot. But he's a Hollywood guy.
TV career. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's definitely done a lot. But I never can guess which side he's going to be on, because the way he tries to go sometimes it's like, what did we not see? Which is why he's taking this angle, right? Or is it just for the storyline? By the way, CXM says, I like Cole, but Scarlett gives him a hard time. He put that on himself when he started lying from the beginning.
Right. He has to own that.
Yeah.
He has to own that. It's your fault that you lied in the very beginning, which, any relationship, you start out lying. They're going to have a hard time trusting you.
Yeah, very true. Sedan's fan says, Scarlett reminds me of a warden. And I get that. I get that.
A warden?
However, If that man started lying to you from the get-go, well, maybe she just shouldn't have stayed. Maybe that's why she didn't want to commit.
Possibly so.
Yeah. Next up, Kaylee gets to see the clips. And the video is of Summit saying that Kaylee thinks he's a flirt. Then it shows the video clip from the slip and slide where he's spinning a woman around on the slip and slide, right?
Right.
And now remember, he's in his shorts, she's in her bikini. It's still on. And then there's another clip of him sliding down the slip and slide and the woman running down and jumping on top of him.
Right.
And that's where she starts to get really upset. Is she justified?
Not really, because again, there's no context to this clip. So him on a slip and slide, she jumps on his back. He can't control that.
Right.
The
He didn't
spinning
even see
around deal. Yeah, they're just having fun. He didn't really do anything, but she sees that as him being flirty, because he even says that she gets upset about that and thinks that he's too flirty with people. So I see her point, but she said that crosses the physical boundaries they discussed. So apparently they made some type of deal. I'm assuming is you don't shake hands or touch any woman, and you especially don't spin her around on a slip and slide. Maybe that was in a clause in their agreement.
Maybe. Okay. Wait. If I were Jorge, I would have her case here. It's built because there's no hand holding, and this man was holding her hand and her foot, spinning her around. Or like CXM said, he's having too much fun. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and there's no context in the video. Maybe he stood up immediately after she jumped on his back and said, "Don't you ever do that shit again." But she'd never know.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I think there's more to this issue with Kaylee and Summit, because Kaylee said that Summit gets frustrated with her when she has emotions, and tells her to start going to the gym, says she's too skinny one day, then her arms are too bulky the next. So there's some image stuff that he's putting on her. So I think there's a lot more to this. And I like how Mark said it's sick for her to be so focused on what Summit is telling her about her looks, and she deserves to be treated like a gym, and she should treat herself like a gym, and people will respond to her differently, which, yes, that would be exactly what I would say with the flashy thing, the Men in Black flashy.
Next up was Sydney. Jeez. Sydney. And of course, it shows that last part that we saw before the bonfire, with Mikey talking to India, and then him saying that he needs to shoot his shot and it's time for him to be selfish.
Yeah, and that's when Sydney decides to walk off crying.
Conveniently right to a camera, by the way.
Yeah, conveniently. And now she can finally move on with her life, which it is so dramatic. And again, I gotta remember early 20s, but so dramatic. And there's really nothing there. But again, this is another couple I don't believe are real. I don't believe they're truly falling for each other, in love with each other, just by the way that they're both overly emotional to not show this chemistry and bond and connection that we didn't see.
You know what it may be? And this may be it too. And this is the thing. Again, this is why with Age of Attraction, I was a little upset with them for the way they did the age gaps. Because people know we can go on the show and still have some fun, right? Because CXM says, I think Cheyenne and Jack broke up but still came on the show. I would say the same thing with Sydney and Mikey.
Yeah.
Right? That maybe they're already broken up, but we'll go on the show together, right? The guy's bonfire. Cole is up first, and he gets to see the clip of women talking, and Scarlett saying, asking for the truth and better communication isn't asking too much.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't want to waste any more energy on fighting, and she just wants to be happy. And Cole said he's surprised because he thought they had a pretty good relationship. Everything seemed great in his eyes. And I like how Mark calls it out. Mark says, hey, I just saw a woman struggling and unsure whether she wants to be in a relationship at all. And now I hear you saying that everything is great.
Right.
Apparently there's a disconnect there.
Apparently the communication is not as great as they all thought it was. By the way, MWA seems a little bothered by this, but says, Terrell, I'm agreeing a lot with you tonight.
I'm not that bad. See?
Yeah. That's a matter of opinion.
Sometimes the things that come in my mouth are like, okay, that makes some sense.
Sometimes.
I agree. Sometimes I say some things that might not make a lot of sense. But tonight I'm on fire.
Speaking of on fire, Jack gets to see the clip of Cheyenne shitting all over his finances. And he seems unbothered, right?
Again, this is why. Because if you're doing that to me, like I would have some type of emotion. Mm-hmm. She mentions that even on the only time he plans a date is on her birthday. Mm-hmm. Even on their anniversary, they don't do anything, and he's cheap, for her standards. Jack says he doesn't have anything to say because it's what he expected. Yeah. He said she doesn't think highly of him, and she sits on him for not having money. And Jack says money doesn't matter to me, which is that was so early 20s dumb shit to be able to say. When you're in your early 20s, money doesn't matter. Yes. Yeah, when you don't have it, money's not that important. I don't worry about material things. It's because you can't afford material things. That's why you're not worried about it. Don't act like you're on some higher plane because money's not that important to
you. Well, when he's on the higher plane, it will matter. Summit was up next, and he got to see the clip of Kaylee talking about the way he makes her feel talking about her body.
Yeah. She said it hurts when he makes those comments about her body and that she doesn't have his dream body. And Summit said there's validity to what she's saying, and it makes him feel horrible hearing that, which it should. Right. 100% should. He said he's putting her down, but in his man brain, which I can respect him saying this, he's helping her because when she talks about, I want to, get a, better butt, he'll tell her, well, you should do some squats, and that'll help. He's thinking he's helping, but it's having the opposite.
Obviously, he's not just saying you should do some squats. Because he's saying more things than that. Yeah, because if he was just saying you should do some squats and she's upset with that, leave as fast as you can. You run out of there right now. Matter of fact, swim off the island, damn it. Because if that's all you're saying, so he put it very mildly as to what he was saying. Apparently he's saying, other things.
A lot more. But also, he's only been in 2 relationships. This is second. Yeah. His previous relationship, he said he had similar issues in that relationship. So I think Summit is a gaslighter and will like get in his girlfriend's heads for some whatever reason.
Mikey was up next.
Mm-hmm.
He's even scared before the clips even start. You can see it. Even though once the clips start, he tries to play it cool. The clip is of Sydney and Xavier on the boat talking about the 3 amigas. Then, of course, they had to show Xavier playing the guitar and Sydney.
Right. Biting that lip. Yeah. Mikey got in his feels about that. He says her biting her lip while that dude was playing the guitar annoyed him, and he wanted to punch Xavier in the face. Slow down, Mikey. Slow down. Stay in your lane. This is the great thing. This is what guys do. We know there's certain people we can whoop, and there's certain people we can't.
Yeah.
Xavier's that dude, Mikey. You're not gonna be able to beat him. Just accept that.
They'll make him whoop your ass and take your girl. Jeez.
Yeah. Goodness. You don't want that at all. Now, Mark, but I like how Mark brings it back and says, hey, Xavier, it's not about, or hey, Mike, it's not about Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike is, I know it's about me. And I feel like I tell her everything. And then that's when we see that bottom lip start to shake. And this is the first time we see my brother crying like this. And it's just going to continue.
Second time. He cried with the producers before. That's where this came from.
Yeah, he's going to continue to do that. But this was after the bonfire ceremony, before they got into the cars to go back to the villas.
Yeah.
That's that picture where he's trying to keep it together and then just cries. Now, I don't mind. Let me just clarify. I'm not knocking a man for crying over a woman. Nothing wrong with that at all. I've cried over someone before. Nothing wrong with that. Here's the difference.
Is that a story time, sir?
I didn't do it on national TV.
Okay.
I didn't do it on national TV. That's my issue. I'm like, Mikey, get it together. You're on TV.
You know there's cameras there, right? You're literally looking into the camera.
You're on TV. You got letters on your arm. Represent yourself a little bit better than this on camera.
Gonna do like Yellowstone, gonna take the letters back.
Need to cover that tat up.
We're like Sons of Anarchy. We need to cover that up.
Yeah.
And he you will see it later, but yeah. Mike tells everybody next is going to be double dates, right? So he told the women that. He tells the guys that next you get to choose double dates. And, of course, Mikey and his tears are what they are. Here's the thing, though. We get back to the villas. And the women, in the women's villas, the guys are waiting with roses. Smart move?
Of course. Of course.
Now,
a lot of guys don't get their girls flowers. So that's an easy, low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging rose. When's the last time someone gave her a rose?
Yeah.
This is why you always give women flowers, guys. Guys are always give them flowers once a month, minimum.
Look, a matter of fact, there's who is it? Gerald's Tires in Charleston, right? If a woman goes, great business thing they do. Woman goes there, even if it's just to get a tire plug, which doesn't cost anything, because they'll plug your tire for free. And the woman gets back in the car, there's a rose on the dashboard. Women know this. They know if they go there, they're going to get a rose. And every time, every woman I know that's ever gone there goes, oh my God, they gave me a rose. Yes. But that's just how. Yeah.
No, I'd have an issue with that. No. I know what you're doing, Mr. Mechanic. You got muscles. You got muscles. You know how to fix cars. You know I don't know how to fix cars. That's why she's going over there. But don't be putting no flowers in the seat. I know what you're doing. I drive right on back. Just
you take this shit back.
Throw it back at him. Yeah.
Don't you give my woman
Jiffy
no
Lube.
rose.
Jiffy Lube don't do that. We're gonna go to Jiffy Lube from now on.
Oh my God. Well, look, Sydney's sitting there talking to Xavier. Tells exactly what she saw and says that she's done and that she's gotten the clarity that she wanted. He said,
quick, huh?
Look, her words. He did what he did, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. If you're Xavier, what did you hear her say?
It's on. Yeah.
Yes.
It's on and popping. But me not being Xavier, me being Terrell, you know what I heard?
What?
I heard a woman that's not in a real relationship with somebody. Because you just can't watch that little clip that she saw and say, oh, he did what he was going to do. I'm going to do my... Stop it. Again, 20-year-old brains, I get it. But no, I don't believe they're together. That's just too much of a
history.
jump.
All you
That's
need
too much
is
of
the
a leap.
straw to break the camel's back. And
That's
that was
the straw?
The straw was him saying, I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm about to be selfish.
The camel's back was been broken, busted.
Yes, but it was
since
holding
college.
up still.
After college, when he got with the ex and dumps. No, that back was broken. Mikey did it twice.
I'm just saying. The straw that broke the camel's back. That's what they always talk about. It's not the big thing. It's the little things. I tell the team that all the time. It's never the big things. We can always get over the big things. It's the little things.
Well, Mr. Hips don't lie. I'm sure he broke the camel's back. I'm good.
Now you call him Mr. Shakira. Leave that. He's your friend. Damn.
Hey, he went on TV. So
touche.
This is what he chose. He can come into the chat and talk trash about me if he wants to. Fair game.
Oh, come on screen. We'll take that too.
Or come on screen. Let's talk to you. Tell us. Better not cry. You start all that crying, I'm gonna be like, we're done, Mikey.
By the way, Tam says, I think they were hanging on by a thread. All that crying looks real. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he cried a lot.
You.
I don't know that if he's playing a role, that's a hell of a role. Those tears did look real, because that's why I didn't believe any of the other tears. His tears, his eyes went red. He looked like Superman about to use the heat vision. He looked real.
Okay. Maybe they were real. Maybe.
Xavier. Sorry.
Xavier.
He had a handmade card for Sydney.
Nice. And it told her that she's the prize. That's what the card said on the inside, that she's the prize, which I get what he's doing. He's trying to help her see that how special that she truly is.
Yeah.
And what Mikey's not making her feel, he's knocked that out in what, 3 or 4 days?
Yeah.
From able to make her feel something she's not felt from Mikey in a year.
By the way, James says Xavier got a 6-pack, plays the guitar, and does arts and crafts. He's AI. Changed my mind. You're right. The only thing he hasn't done is knit her a sweater. Oh, baby, you're cold? Hold on. Here you go.
Yeah. I knitted you a sweater.
Jesus. Good one, James. You know, and the men's villa, Mikey goes in and he's trying to complain to the women. And they're, to me, trying to be the adults in the room, right? He's trying to complain to the three amigas, and they're like playing devil's advocate, but he's living up to his character and acting like a, he's telling them all the stuff. Here's what she said. And they're like, well, it's not that bad. Oh, she did this. Did she talk trash about you? No, but that's the way I took it. That's the way I feel, and that's all and I'm going to stay in that. Then he tells them about the guitar, and he thinks he's saying something bad. Did he play the guitar for her, and she's biting her lip? And meanwhile, Christel's like, he was playing the guitar?
Yeah.
Can I go over there?
Well, did you hear how India said that if someone's talking badly about you, do you still want to be with that person? Just the way that Mikey handled all that.
Yeah.
To come back and she did. It was just weak to me. I didn't really care for it. And I don't think that any of the ladies there are even more not interested in him romantically.
Right.
After this conversation.
All the guys did agree that what Cheyenne said was the worst, and they kind of put that out like, hey, of everything that we all saw, I know Mikey's acting over there like he got drugged through hell, but what Cheyenne did was the worst, right? But then the person that it seemed impacted the most was actually Cole.
Yeah. Yeah, he's having a little good cry moment after seeing Scarlett being emotional about him, and maybe it's starting to finally sink in. That, hey, she's not been happy for a while. You thought everything was great, but apparently it's not.
The next day, it's time for the double dates, right? Now, the way this goes, they didn't show everybody being asked on double dates, but Cheyenne went over, asked Preston on a date because she's past the bonfire. She's like, all right, I'm good. Goes on a date, 4-wheeler date, also with Kaylee and Zach, a.k.a. Rick Springfield, Mr. Jesse's girl. Fun time. Nothing crazy going on there, right?
No, nothing crazy. Just having fun.
Of course. We knew who Sydney was going to ask out. She asked Xavier out. And they go for a lambada dance lesson with Scarlett and the other black guy that you won't see again on the show at all.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting about this one, I like the date itself. I thought that was good. Xavier and Sydney look great together. I mean, they just have this chemistry about them, and even watching them dance. So this was great. Scarlett, everyone is her homeboy because she is not interested in pursuing anything with any of these guys. She's just going out, hanging out with people, strictly friends. You can tell it's all platonic.
Yeah. And I think Clint knew that too because he was cheesing hard. But he knew there's no chemistry here. There's nothing going to happen. It is what it is. Interesting, though, that after this, Xavier asks Sydney if she can think of a time that gave her the most joy. And I thought that was an interesting question to ask, right?
It's a good question, to see, because you got to figure Xavier's probably been hearing her complaining about Mikey. Yeah, so maybe to say, hey, well, tell me about something that's good that happened in your life. Other shit. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing this other mess. Tell me something positive that's happened in your life before you met Xavier. Let's go back to high school. Tell me something good about high school. College, you made some bad decisions. We know. Tell me about something good that's happening. I'm tired of hearing all this negative.
What was interesting, too, I mean, she did give a time, and the time didn't include Xavier. But Sydney also said that she should never have to give somebody more than one chance. They should get it right the first time. Agree?
Well, That's that young 20-year-old logic.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what that is. You should get it right the first time. Yeah. Okay. You can say that about yourself when you heard he was cheating on you the first
Yeah.
time. Then when he chose the ex over you,
Touche.
and then after the ex drops him, he comes back to you. It's you.
Yeah. Touche. Well, they get up to walk away. Xavier asks to hold her hand, and they walk off hand in hand. No surprise here,
Consent.
right?
Consent.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah. Brother knows what
Break
he's
down
doing.
the walls. Break down the walls.
Look, so much so that back in the house later, they're in the confessional. Sydney says they were just friends before, a couple days ago. And now they are dating. And she's experiencing new feelings.
Yeah.
To which Mikey said,
Call him the Tin Man from The Wiz. A-tee! A-tee!
next, next double date, Cole asked Sydney out. Not this Sydney. It's another Sydney, another black Sydney,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And also,
Hey, you need some screen time.
Yeah,
Come on out.
come on. Make sure we don't want to hear from the black delegation about how not enough black people on the show this year. So we're gonna make sure y'all go on some dates along with Jack and Carter, and they go snorkeling. Fun
Yeah.
date.
Of course. Snorkeling's fun. Jack and Carter, I think, have some chemistry. We've already seen that.
Yeah.
Cole has just had to pick somebody. Sydney.
Now Carter says this was the nicest date she has been on because the last good date she was on was a picnic.
I just don't buy that whatsoever.
Why?
You can't. I just do not believe that someone that looks like Carter, the only other good date she's been on besides snorkeling was a picnic. That's it.
It could have been
I
a
just
good
don't
picnic.
buy it. I don't buy that whatsoever. Please. There's such thing as pretty privilege. Pretty privilege gets things. They get more than just a picnic date. I'm sure she's gotten other things that's better than just a picnic. So again, but her job is to make it seem like, oh, Jack, this is the best I've ever had. Trying to get him to cheat. So
Money means nothing to me too.
yeah, I don't need money at all. This is just, I hardly ever do my hair. I woke up like this.
It's pretty obvious what's going on with these two. Chemistry is thick with these two, right? Now, Summit, on the other hand, he asked out Jasenia, right?
Yeah.
And they go on an aerial yoga date with Mikey and India.
Yep.
Aerial yoga. Thoughts?
I mean, it's great if you're into that. You got to be in shape
Yeah.
to do that. That's a tough little exercise. So kudos to them, for doing it. But not a bad date. I wouldn't do it, but not a bad date.
Now, after the date, Summit and Jasenia were in the hammock, sitting, laying down opposite to each other.
Yeah.
Any chemistry here? Did you see any, or is this just innocent?
I think it's just innocent because Summit, to me, it doesn't seem like he's actively pursuing these ladies. He's not coming across overly flirty or anything. So I really think this is just innocent. It's just they're on a date and they're just getting to know each other.
Yeah. So as we get to near the end of episode 3, where we get to wrap this up, we're back in the men's villa, and they have a Never Have I Ever. And again, the men's villa has been way more exciting this season than the women's villa. Now, there were a couple seasons on this when you go back to the USA Network where the women were turned up and doing ultimatum things. It's kind of wild. But this one, they say the loser has to kiss somebody. So as they go around, are you surprised that Summit is the one that drops all the fingers first and he loses?
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Now, we know we saw him on the date, asking Jasenia out on the date with Jasenia, in the hammock with Jasenia. She is sitting across from him. He's got to get up and go kiss somebody. So he gets up, walks over there by her, bends over, and fakes out trying to kiss Mikey. Smart move by this man or what?
I mean, if he wants to be with his girl, yes, it's a smart move because she will see this.
Yes.
Right? So, yes.
Which, you know, this is the thing about that. As I watch that, I'm like, smart move. However, I've seen this show before. I've seen the edits at the bonfire. This may not play out for him either.
Yeah, might not. I mean, especially how they do the edits. Who knows? But good for him for not. 'Cause even if he got a bad edit,
Yeah.
once it airs, he could text her and be like, "See,
You broke it with me for nothing.
yeah, told you."
Now, interesting that the women see Carter and Jack out in the pool, and they're predicting, hey, she might end up in Jack's bed tonight. Mm-hmm. Now, it doesn't happen, but what does happen is they go into confessional, right?
Right.
And you can see alcohol's played a part in some of this leading up because Jack's eyes are squinting to the max. And they get up. He just, you know, when you do that move, just get up and I just walk off. He walks off. What does this button do?
Oh, is this a light? Wow. Click. Oh my goodness. What
Then
are we
all of a
gonna do
sudden-
in the dark?
Exactly. You hear the kissing in the background, fade to the credits, and it's like, you knew this was bound to happen.
Yeah.
This was gonna happen. And
Yeah,
of course,
which is crazy because he brought Cheyenne
yes.
to prove that he's not a cheater.
Well,
And here he is.
well, he proved something, all right.
Yeah.
And
Boom
like-
goes the dynamite.
Again, best line out of episode 3. You're so dirty.
Mm-hmm.
3 episodes in, how you feeling?
I mean, I'm glad this is not long. It's only 9 episodes
Yep.
in total. So I'm glad we'll get through this fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is the difference of doing a show where it's a bunch of young people
Mm-hmm.
compared to 30s, 40s, 50s. I like the shows that we normally do.
Yeah.
This one is just a bit of a mess. We're gonna have fun with it, but I'm hoping, knock on plywood, that you won't talk me into doing season 3.
All right. Well, we got 4, 5, and 6 up next. Then 7, 8, and 9. Let everybody catch up. So let's do 4, 5, and 6 Tuesday.
Okay.
All right. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Do us a favor. Since you've made it this far, go ahead and leave the comment. Temptation. I won't check your spelling. It's okay.
Yes, he will. He will.
I'm sorry. I was getting my coal on. All right.
Yeah.
Leave it down there in the comments. Let us know that you were here. You made it this far. We appreciate you. Do us a favor. Please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications.
Jones.
Hey, I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Just Terrell, and at the RGRT Pod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts or some of the bullshit on the internet. We may talk about it on the show.
It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.